Hello dear students, welcome back to our channel Mechanical Engineering Made Simple. Right, first of all, let me wish you a happy Pongal. Right, so as part of our preparations, continuous preparations for the upcoming competitive examinations for APPSC and TSPSC, so what we are doing, we are actually discussing the most important, standard and crucial, very important multiple choice questions from the point of view of your AMV examination. Right, we have completed almost 383 bits, 382 bits. If I am not wrong, we are going to complete another 10 bits. So we are going to discuss another few hundreds of bits, okay, covering probably entire the syllabus. So please stay hooked to my channel, so you can watch all my videos which are in my playlist and write your comments. So let us jump into the questions. So the hydraulic brakes use, so what the hydraulic brakes use? So there are two types of cylinders, one is the master cylinder, other one is the wheel cylinder. So hydraulic brakes are going to use only master cylinders. Please remember, they are going to use only master cylinders. Right, the answer is B. Next question. Yes, the last one is only to given you is given to only just to misdirect you or misguide you. No cylinder, as there is no use with them. Actually, there is use with the cylinder, but cylinders are two types: wheel cylinders and master cylinders. But hydraulic brakes use only master cylinders. Next question. A combinational valve is used with. This is once again very important question. So is it? So there are various types of brakes are there, and one is the another one is given Girling type mechanism. So there is a tendency to think that all are brakes. So why not we take the option Girling type mechanism? Okay, it is not so actually. Our thinking may be wrong most of the times, right? So these competitive examinations are mostly intended to misdirect you, misguide you, unless you have not, they are really going to test you the real knowledge of your subject, okay, whether you are fit for the job or not, okay. So a combination valve is used with hydraulic brakes only. Once again, our hydraulic brakes is the choice. Neither it is mechanical brakes nor air brakes. So Girling type mechanism, as I told you, they are given to only just to keep guessing. No, it is not right. So which of the following characteristics of the air brake, okay, air brakes compared to mechanical brakes are hydraulic brakes? So which is true about the air brakes? So which is correct actually? So here, so please go through the bits very carefully, right? They are more powerful than mechanical or hydraulic brakes, but consume certain amount of engine power. So other things are wrong. They are something like they are less powerful than mechanical or hydraulic brakes. So basically they are more powerful, which the air brakes are more powerful than mechanical or hydraulic brakes. So you see in the in certain types of okay, vehicles, right? So four wheelers, right? So in the back side you will be, okay, you will be something will be written like this, okay, the air brakes are being used, okay, air brakes, okay. So that means they are very powerful actually. They are powerful, more powerful than mechanical or hydraulic brakes, but consume certain amount of engine power. So this is the only disadvantage, but they are more powerful. So if you want to stop the vehicle within few meters, so definitely we are going to use the air brakes. So that is the advantage of using air brakes. That is the last one is the answer, right? In air brakes, a warning in the form of a buzzer comes when the system pressure falls below. This again, once again, a good question, boys. So in air brakes, definitely a warning in the form of a buzzer comes. So system pressure pressure should not fall below 400 kilopascal. If it falls below, actually there is a minimum amount of pressure is required for operating, okay. So if this becomes less than 400 pascals, you are going to get a buzzer. So your answer is 400 kilopascals. Right, as I told you, so 0.5 and 10 are on the lesser side, okay, 100 and 400 are on the higher side, but in this bit actually, so it is the maximum answer is the correct answer, okay. But normally in such type of questions, you can choose the middle range values for the answer, okay. But anyhow, this is an exception, right? So in air brakes, a warning in the form of a buzzer comes when the system pressure falls below 400 kilopascal. Let us mark the answer, right. A brake chamber in air brakes converts. This is again once again a good question. So a brake chamber in air brakes, there is something called a brake chamber in the air brakes. So what does it do? It converts. Okay, in automobiles. Okay, is it mechanical to pressure? Is it pressure to mechanical? Is it mechanical to sound or sound to mechanical? So all are related. If you closely look at the bit, okay, question. So all related to automobiles, right? They make sound. Okay, they consume. Okay, they give. They need mechanical energy. Okay, there is going to be something related with pressure. So yes, so the answer will be correct only when you have studied the subject. Okay, you will be able to identify the correct answer when you have read the subject thoroughly. So please read the books. IC Engine by okay V Ganeshan and Automobile Engineering Volume 1 and Volume 2 by Kripal Singh. So a brake chamber usually converts, actually it is, the purpose is to convert pressure energy into mechanical energy. Pressure energy into mechanical energy. So that is the answer. So now with the usual notations, the condition for correct gear. This is a good question, boys. So it is often mostly asked in the examinations. You must have studied about. So in addition to brakes, what we are studying. So we are actually studying some multiple science questions on the Ackermann steering gear and also Davis steering gear. They are very frequently used in automobiles. They are needed actually. Okay. So we are going to concentrate on some questions related to Ackermann's and Davis steering gears. So with usual notations, the condition for correct gearing in case of automobiles is given by cot phi minus cot theta is equal to B by L. Where B is the width and L is the distance between the front wheels and back wheels, and phi is the, I think please check this, actually phi and theta. So whether theta is the angle of turn for the front axle or phi is the angle of turn of the your back axle. Okay, so just please check this, but notation is always constant, okay, in every book, most of the books. So cot phi minus cot theta is equal to B by L. This is the for correct gearing in case of Ackermann, in case of steering gears, okay, any steering gear. So this is so he has, you can just look at the bit, okay. So he has used plus ones and minus ones, L by B ones, B by L ones, right? So you must have studied the book thoroughly before answering such type of database questions, actually correct equations. So cot phi minus cot theta is equal to B by L is the correct answer. Cot phi minus cot theta is equal to B by L. So your answer is, it should be B by L. Second answer is given as L by B here. Just mark this, okay. So just change this. So it is B by L actually, in fact, okay. All are given to be L by B ratio, but it is not so, it is B by L, okay. Just make a correction, it is B by L. Cot phi minus cot theta is equal to B by L is the correct condition for steering in case of automobile steering gears, right. So select the true statement about Ackermann's and Davis steering gears, right. This is once again, these two coming three bits are very important bits, okay. They are most often used in many of the examinations, even mechanical competitive examinations also used, they are given. Okay, so select the true statement about Ackermann's and Davis steering gears. So here in Ackermann steering gear, all the pairs are turning pairs, and in Davis steering gear, all the pairs are sliding pairs. Ackermann turning, Davis Stirling. So like this you can remember easily. So other things are just only you can eliminate them. So like that, okay. For example, last one in Ackermann steering gear, all except. So please doubt such type of options where you get some unknown words or okay, so new words, all except. So you can eliminate these bits very conveniently, right. So last one is not correct. So definitely, so in this, as far as this question is concerned, in Ackermann steering gear, all the pairs are turning. Ackermann's turning, Davis sliding. So your answer is yes, your answer is let us say C. You can easily, you can correct, okay, you can correct it, this bit. So now 390, Ackermann steering gear is mathematically correct in. So once again, this is a very important question, boys. So Ackermann steering gear is mathematically correct in 3 positions only, whereas Davis steering gear is mathematically correct in all the positions, okay. So Ackermann will be mathematically correct, steering gear will be mathematically correct in only 3 positions. You can take the answer 3 positions, answer C. Next question. A Davis steering gear is mathematically correct in all the positions. All the positions. Please remember these two bits. All the positions. C. Next question. Okay. So for correct steering, for correct steering, the value of cot phi minus cot theta. That means B by L ratio should be how much? It should be approximately 0.4 to 0.5, maximum 0.5. Okay. So your width should be approximately 0.5, half of the distance between the front axle and back axle. Okay, it is 0.4 to 0.5. Please remember such type of values. They are the standard values. We cannot do anything. You have to remember them. You have to mug up them. So for correct steering, the value of cot phi minus cot theta varies between 0.4 to 0.5. So that is the answer. Okay, boys. So for today, this is the last question. So the angle alpha in Ackermann's steering gear found from, again, phi, theta, or with usual notations. Alpha, let me check it. Okay, I will tell you. So but anyhow, you can choose the correct answer. Tan alpha is equal to 2 plus cos phi minus cos theta by sin theta plus sin phi. So in the numerator you will get minus sign, in the denominator you will get positive sign. In the numerator it is cos function, in the denominator it is sin function. You can easily remember like this. Okay. So 2 plus tan alpha is equal to 2 plus cos phi minus cos theta by sin theta plus sin phi is the correct answer. So your answer is A. Okay, boys. So once again, let us stop here. So we are going to discuss much more number of bits. Probably will be some more hundreds of bits will be discussed. Okay. So I'll be supporting you till your examination okay, is completed. So please support my channel, like, comment and share among your groups and contacts, and also subscribe my channel. Once again, wish you all the best. And I have made a playlist. Okay, so it is public to all, it is open to public, so you can, anybody can watch. So approximately 35 videos on AMB examination. So we are reaching 400 bits approximately in the next video. So I will be discussing much more bits, and I have made some videos for which are useful for all your competitive examination. For example, you find some videos which are useful for AE, AEE and also AMV also, because some portion is covered there also, right? For example, material, engineering materials, I have made some videos. You can watch them also, right? Please get benefited. And also I have made very few videos about GATE. Of course, I will be making much more videos about your GATE examination, but for the time being, I have made only few videos. Okay. Okay, guys. Once again, all the best. Good luck, and keep your preparations on, and read well, and utilize the time thoroughly, perfectly, and definitely your success is going to be yours in the new year. Okay, guys, all the best.